Well, good Monday evening, good people. Mark Holmes here, of course, with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo. And as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great Monday. Oh, I'm sorry. Is there actually such a thing as a great Monday? Well, it's not that bad because it's Monday night and we are here with our live stream and we already have Joanne Gonzalez in the house. What's up, JoJo? And I'm kind of messing up today because I usually end up having my clip going and I don't have the clip going. Let's go with it.
Top five, hit it.
High five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Rich's Top 5.
You know what? I'm going to do a top five, an NFL top five every day this week. I'm just, you know what? I'm making this stuff up as we go along.
That is a great idea.
Why not?
That's what I do.
Football season's right around the corner. Top five underrated difference makers of 2024. We're not talking about these guys. We should be a little bit more. Number 5 is the running back. Got a couple running backs on this list. Green Bay Packers. Josh Jacobs can make a big difference, folks. And that's what they said with all due respect to Aaron Jones. What if this guy who led the league in rushing 2 years ago and obviously got hurt last year, but maybe he just wasn't rushing to come back knowing that he wasn't rushing for the Raiders anymore? I don't know. What if that Josh Jacobs from 2 years ago winds up right next to Jordan Love and the offense becomes that much more potent and he stays healthy? You know what I'm saying? You picking up what I'm putting down?
I feel you.
Josh Jacobs, number 5 on this list. Number 4, you know what? I was thinking of staying away from rookie quarterbacks because, you know.
Stay away from them rookies.
Who knows how many are going to start? And who knows?
Who knows?
You know, I'm not going to use any of the top picks here. So I'm going Bo Nix. I'm going Bo Nix right now. What if he is Sean Payton's Breeze 0.0? What if this guy who's played, I think I wrote it down here, he played 3,000 games in college.
I think that would be a record.
Or something, to use a Kenny Mayne phrase. What if Bo Nix shows up and is efficient and plays neck up really well and neck down really well?
Super accurate, no mistakes.
Right? And the Sean Payton offense comes alive a little bit?
Really possible, yeah.
What? Really?
I don't know why. This guy's I think he's going to start week 1. I think he's going to be the starting quarterback for this team this year. And I think he's going to get 17 games in it. I think this is going to be a nice marriage. I don't know why I got that feeling right now. Could be way off. Number 3. We're forgetting about this guy running the football. Forgetting about
it. We forgot about it.
Because we're all focused on, I guess, Josh Jacobs and Saquon. I was going to even throw Gus Edwards in there too, right? What if Zeke shows up like old school, pal? What if Zeke shows up like old school? Seriously. And we're all like, all in this, all in that. Boy, they messed up on Derrick Henry, and it doesn't matter because Zeke shows back up and you're feeding him, and he's 21 of old. What about that?
He changed his number, though, right? Is we were in 15?
Whatever.
I didn't know this.
Oh, is he going back to college?
I think so.
Whatever.
I hope not.
Well, by the way, he wanted his only championship was in that building.
Someone might already had 21, too, you know?
Dude.
Stephon Gilmore.
What if?
What if? Rich, we're not talking about him.
Wow, we're not
He would
talking
make a
about
major
that.
difference if he
What if
shows
I
up
told
like
you?
the Zeke of old, pal.
All I need is goal line Zeke, right? I just need to score
There you
like
go.
10, 12.
Like Jamal Williams' goal line, right? I mean, who
like
cares?
Franco Harris goal
Well, what
line.
if it's between the 20s, too?
Oh, baby.
No one's talking about him.
He's back to 15.
Number 2, staying in that state. This guy is one of the top sack makers in the National Football League, and the Houston Texans added him. Who's talking about Danielle Hunter being a difference maker?
Good call.
How about this guy chasing everyone down for the Texans with Will Anderson in the mix and the rest of that defense the way that they played last year? We're all focused on C.J. Stroud's second year. Well, this guy showed up.
That's an interesting.
No one's talking about Danielle Hunter in terms of a difference maker. He's number 2, and here's number 1 on the list. Nobody's talking about him because nobody thinks this team could do a damn thing in the NFL this year.
Are we talking about the Cowboys?
I'm channeling my inner B.A.M.
Who are we talking about here?
Chris Brockman. Number 1 on this list is Kyler Murray.
Hey, I like this.
Okay.
Kyler Murray.
I like
How the hell are they going to play? Marvin Harrison Jr., how good of a difference maker is he going to be?
Yep.
We get that. But what about this guy having a full off season? He's fully healthy. If there's any chip on this guy's shoulder,
I
right?
like where your head's at, man.
And maybe he's looking over the steering wheel, and I don't know what his.
What's up, good people and Eagle fans? And should I add to that, Commander fans? Because they're coming out of the woodwork. They are selling hope right now and so on. George, you said you don't need these videos to make your show good. The shows are clickbait. Well, this is true. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of stuff going on right now. There's not a lot of really anything because it's, that dead zone. And the Cowboys, well, they're on vacation and things. It's only speculation. And, people coming up with ideas and just trying to get people to stay engaged. Now, we have some breaking news here from the Joe Boo Sports Report. I finally booked my tickets to L.A. We are leaving on August 4th, and coming back on the 12th. So we will be out there in Oxnard. We'll be there Sunday afternoon. We have practice currently scheduled on Monday and Tuesday. No practice on Wednesday. Practice Thursday, which is a scrimmage against the Rams, and I want to be there and get you guys some footage over there. We don't know. We know there's usually bad blood. The cool thing about when you have practice against somebody else, you start out and you're hitting the same guys over and over and over again. And you get tired, because when you start training camp, you get what's known as camp legs, okay? If you haven't played football and you've never been to training camp, then you don't understand what it's like. You can be in fantastic shape, but it's not the same as football shape. When you're out there, although Oxnard doesn't get real hot, Oxnard, I was looking at the weather today, it's actually the high temperature is 72. Okay, 72 right now, while we got literally Arizona at like 118, 120. You got in Vegas over there, plastic is literally melting. Okay, so all the women are staying inside, or a lot of the women are staying inside because it's so hot that everything is melting, and they're kind of worried. I don't know if they put a warning out there. Ladies with plastic surgery, the heat is too high, and some of that shit might melt. Stay indoors. Stay indoors, warning. But Oxnard, it's chilly. I'm serious. It's 70. I looked at the long range forecast for the next 10 days. It doesn't get over 75 degrees. Does not. So the temperatures will be nice. In fact, it might be too cool to actually go into the ocean. That's how cool it is. And that's where the Cowboys will be. And hopefully things will start getting hot between the Cowboys and the Rams. And I can't wait to bring that to you guys. I know we all said we ain't spending another dime on the Cowboys. I know I said it. I said it. But technically, is it spending on the Cowboys? Because I'm staying at hotel, not a Cowboys hotel. This got nothing to do with that. It's not even the official sponsor's hotel. It's not a Marriott. And I'm not flying on the Dallas Cowboys plane or anything. So, okay, so that's going to the airlines, and that's going to, not Marriott. And to get into training camp, it's free unless you park. It's $10 a day for regular-sized vehicles, $20 for bigger vehicles during the week. On the weekends now, of course, that doubles. So does this count as me spending money on the Cowboys? Dirty Sanchez. Shout out to Dirty Sanchez being a member for 9 months. And there we got Gina Dallas Diva in the house. What's up, Gina Dallas Diva? Alan Williams is in here. Jeff Lee in the house. Dwayne Sweeney, how you doing? Adam S. Asman 30, looking for the weather at Pink's. Oh, Asman, that's the exact one that I have been to, the one that's on La Brea Avenue. That's the one that I went to. And I that's definitely, I think that might be the original one. So, up Lady Lieber in the house. What's up, Lady Lieber? So here we sit. You all right there, baby? Here we sit as my wife falls up the steps. You okay? Okay. And off camera, uh-oh. Huh? Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, I thought it was gonna be like, she's like, can I ask an off the air, off camera question? I was like, ooh, what? She's like, that steak, should I put it in the freezer? Oh. That was one of those. Okay, let me. That was a sad trombone question. It wasn't what I was expecting. I was like, ooh, an off camera question. Ooh, okay. Yeah, it's. No, I was just saying that maybe it was like one of those double secret probation questions. Like, ooh, huh? Honey, it's the dead season. Okay, there's literally nothing to talk about right now. Yes, in fact, feel free to interject anything else because this sucks for the next 2 weeks because there is nothing to talk about. The Cody Show, run Mark to your wife. Lady Libra says hello, Miss Tracy. Vinny, evil Mark. Oh, you like my evil? Yes, that's my evil look. Okay. But anyway, interesting piece was, this is the time of clickbait. Okay. So checking out my son, Philly 500, he was talking about the rumor that the Eagles might be interested in signing Stephon Gilmore. And the interesting piece, and part of the reason why I brought up Rich Eisen, well, one, I'm a creature of habit, okay? Because basically when you start getting old, you need to do the same thing on a regular basis so that way you don't mess up. When you start changing stuff up, you start screwing up. Jim Laws, what's up? You missed my milestone. Jim, I'm sorry. Jim, you have been a channel member for a long, long time. Shout out to Jim Laws, man. Appreciate you, man. And then we've got, of course, Thomas Garrett in the house. Vinny Hagan. What's up, Vinny? How's everybody doing? I'm sorry. My wife came through and everything. I just when I see my wife, she's so beautiful. It's just distracting. So forgive me. I don't know if she heard that or not, but I hope she did. Trying to get some brownie points. But they were talking about in this article that the Eagles should look at signing Stephon Gilmore. In my mind, my biggest problem with the Dallas Cowboys is they're so arrogant that they always believe, Bobby Ice, how are you doing, Bobby Ice? That they always believe that they have the right formula. That we got everything we need. We don't need to look elsewhere. We believe in our own guys. We got the young guys that are here that are going to step up. We've got position flex. Okay, position flex. So we don't need as many guys because we got position flex. Our safeties can play linebackers. Okay, our defensive ends can play defensive tackles. Our defensive tackles can play one technique. Right? That's the way they look at it. And they thought that, hey, we can go ahead and take Tony Pollard, and Tony Pollard can be position flex from being an outside the tackles back to being a short yardage back. And it's that miscalculation that's the problem. So I'm sitting here looking and hearing what we're hearing about Trayvon Diggs. Trayvon is probably not going to be able to be ready to start and maybe on the PUP list to begin training camp. And may be in doubt to start the season opener. So, in my mind, here's my solution to things. I don't know how many of y'all are old like me, okay? I grew up in college in the 80s, okay? Rap music, okay? Run DMC. Money is the key to end of your woes, your ups, your downs, your highs, and your lows. Didn't you tell me that money bought your clothes? It's like that, and that's the way it is. And money is the truth. Money. And the Cowboys at the moment have about $12 million. I know that's not much, but $12 million, that's about the most they've had actually all off season. And I think it's a safe assumption that CeeDee Lamb, who is not going to talk about his contract situation tomorrow, Wednesday or Thursday when he's doing his youth camp. It was speculated, because I saw a tweet earlier today, there's like, just announced that CeeDee Lamb has got his youth football camp Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and this will be the first opportunity that the media will have questions for CeeDee Lamb. And so you're like, here we go. Okay, let's see what he has to say about the Cowboys and the contract. Is he going to go ahead and be like Brandon Ayuk? And it was like, he came out about 2 hours later and said, listen, very carefully, media people, this is about the kids. Do not come to us and ask any questions that aren't about the kids on the field. Do not ask about the contract situation. He's not going to talk about it. He's going to let his people deal with it. Quite frankly, I can definitely respect that. It's something about trying to negotiate your contracts both ways in the public eye. Cowboys have always tried to do this, negotiating contracts and everything. Dak's got to understand he need to leave a little bit of the pie on the table for everybody else and stuff, Or D-Law, well, we thought we had a deal when we were talking to his agent at the combine that was going to be about $19 million, and now he wants 22. And then you end up settling on 22. I'm at least happy about one thing this offseason. The one thing I'm happy about is at least they have not been the ones trashing their players. Because typically what happens with the Cowboys, and it's sad, is they basically try to make you feel guilty about wanting to get paid. And they basically say, you're not worth this money. And I always believe in the back of my head, Ward family, what's up, Ward? How is that trying to make this to be, guys that want to be all in? If I'm in a relationship, and I'm not in a relationship like this, and I'm so happy that I'm married, that I've got a woman who, I'm going to tell you how good this woman is, okay? I'm going to tell you how good this woman is. With this house right here, okay, I had been used to being, it's Mark is out rebuilding houses, getting in down and dirty and everything else, building the houses and stuff, right? Tracy had her job with United Way and things. She's working United Way. So she never was here down and dirty where I'm just covered with soot and everything else today. And I wish I could show you a picture today, but my wife would kill me if I did. But we had this old cabinet that was here at the house. And I'm working on the screened-in porch in there because we're going to make it kind of like a mud room and stuff. So I got an antique sink that I was working on. I'm putting paneling up in the walls. Walker Wade in the house. It's a party now. Oh, ain't no party like a Walker Wade party. And my wife is sanding down the cabinet. Now, keep in mind, it's like 95 degrees outside. 95 degrees. She's got a dust mask and stuff on. She's got safety glasses on, and it's a cloud of dust. If you know who Pigpen is in Charlie Brown, she was like a cloud of dust just flying all over the place. And that's where I looked at her and I said, man, she was even wearing a Joe Boo's day job shirt. And I'm like, we've been together for a long time because we begin to have the same traits. But see, that's a woman who, when we started working on this house, she was taking down bricks in the chimney and everything else, right? See, that's how you know, okay, that person cares about me. If you got a partner a girlfriend or a boyfriend, and they're constantly telling you, man, this food is just nasty, man. Why don't you need to learn how to cook. This shit, man, this is nasty. That's a waste of money having you cook. Or if they say, hey, you're really not that pretty. I used to have another girlfriend, that used to really kind of do it for me. I sure miss that guy. Or that girl, I should say. Okay. Or however you swing. You understand the gist of this, okay? That's kind of like what the Cowboys would do with players. Zeke who? Zeke who? Who? Zeke who? That doesn't make players want to go ahead and, say, let me give a little bit back because the organization's trying to do something. Because all you feel like they're trying to do is screw you over. And then when they do get the contracts that they want, you see them sitting here, not doing anything like other teams. If you're sitting there and you're in a relationship and you see, your best friend over there, he's out there, whining and dining his wife and everything else and things like that. And you see, it's like, well, look what he's doing for his girl. Why aren't you doing that for me? That's how it is. Calvin Williams, enjoy seeing the Joe Boo family. Shout out to you. That's how it kind of is with the Cowboys. It's like, why don't you show? I hate to sound like Kimberly Martin, but it's like, why don't you show that you actually love these guys? That you're trying to do everything you can to uplift them and to be great. Now, Walker Wade, I love you, Walker. Shout out to Walker Wade. He's our first super chat. If we get a few more super chats, we'll do another drawing here for a custom-made shirt for you guys. There is a lot to be said about Tom Brady taking less money, although he did have Giselle, so it wasn't like they were hurting for cash, but helping the team and the organization to be able to get and bring in other players. And I would love to have that situation with Dak Prescott if I knew the Cowboys were actually going to do something with it. You know what I mean? Have you ever loaned money to somebody? Right? You loan somebody, hey man, I'm really hurting for cash, man. Can you help a brother out? And you're like, okay, all right. I don't really have it, but I'm gonna need my money back. So make sure you pay me back. Oh man, I got you, man. Look, I'm just in a bind right now. I need to do some things and all that. If I can just get this thing taken care of, I just need a little bit of cash, right? So you go through and you say, okay, here's some cash, man. Go ahead. I'm loaning you some money, right? And then the time goes past when they said they were going to pay you back, right? Right? Yeah, you're like, okay, I'll get back to you on payday. I got you covered, man. And it's been like 2 paydays. Next thing you know, you see brother man rolling up, man. He got some new rims on his truck. He got some new 22-inch rims on his truck and things. And you sitting there like, hey, how you doing? Chris May, shout out to Chris May. You're like, how you doing? And you're looking kind of side-eyed because you said you needed some money to take care of some bills and stuff. And here it is, you rolling in here with some new rims. And you ain't paid me back. You ain't done what you said you're going to do. That's how I feel like the Cowboys would be. If the Cowboys were to say, hey, Dak would go to the Cowboys and say, you know what? I'm going to do a team-friendly deal. I'm going to do a Kirk Cousins deal. I'm just going to take $45 million. How about that? And I'm going to give you a couple extra years to spread it out. So that way, we can have like a $10 million cap hit for this year. I don't think the Cowboys would go out and spend that money. Do you think they'd go out and spend that money? Do you think Stephen Jones would now say, oh, okay, you know what? We just saved, we got extra $45 million. Let's go ahead and invest that money in the team. Hold on. I'm trying to understand how the hell Commanders fans that haven't done dick in forever think that they have room to talk about anybody else. Seriously, bro. Are you trying to get some attentions? West Virginia Country Boy. Shout out to West Virginia Country Boy. Seriously. I mean, are you just looking for attention? I'm asking for a friend. Are you just looking for some attention because it just sucks so bad? As bad as my Cowboys have been, as bad as they've been, they still doing circles around you, bro. I'm sorry. Until you show me something, I'll tell you what. Come back with some victories over the Cowboys. Come back with a playoff game. Lovely Linda. What's up, Linda? How are you doing? Rodney Step Away. What's up, Rodney? Step Away. Yeah, they'll do something with it, just not for the team. Right. They'll be rolling up with some new, like a new pool on the yacht or something like that. We're expanding the yacht. Or we'll go get another helicopter. So that way we'll have a silver one. We got the white helicopter, we got the blue. Now we need the silver helicopter. It'd be like, yeah, I don't think that they would. Because Stephen Jones is so arrogant that he thinks that, everything is great. We've won 36 games over the last 3 seasons. That's right there with the Kansas City Chiefs and things. And, we're doing things, and we believe that player acquisition is a 365-day a year, or at least looking and thinking about player acquisition, because we don't actually sign anybody. And, oh my God, it just hit me. You guys ever watch Shark Tank? You ever watch Shark Tank? I know who Stephen Jones is. Shark Tank is Brother Man, okay? Brother Man over there is forever asking every question in the world and stuff, but he never, ever, ever bids or tries to get any of the people that are coming in there with the business ideas. That's Stephen Jones. Stephen Jones, you can call him, if you're the Detroit Lions, you can call him about a player and say, hey, we got a player, we might want to have, who? Oh, okay, we'll get back to you. You could literally have players begging to come in. We don't know Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry wanted to play here with Dallas. He might have said, you know what, I'll take $5 million a year. Von Miller wanted to play here. Stephen Jones ain't even going to talk to him. So why do we all of a sudden think that, that Dak is the reason they're holding him back? Jim Laws. Shout out to Jim Laws, because he is 100% right. Dak is the reason we won most of those. The Catboy is like Lex Luthor. Actually, he's more like a buzzkill. And this is where I don't know where my man Game Time Brian is, and I owe Game Time Brian an apology, because I thought last year I honestly was faked by Stephen Jones, because when Stephen Jones got Diggs' contract, we went to training camp the first day, the press conference ended, and then boom, Trayvon Diggs' contract was done. We had made the trade and stuff to get Stephon Gilmore and Brandon Cooks. And I was like, oh, my God, finally, Stephen Jones gets it. He's finally making moves. And I'm sitting here thinking, Stephon Gilmore and Brandon Cooks, both those guys worked out well. You would think they'd say, okay, this is a good way to supplement things. And instead, they're doing nothing. Oh, Big Spank Dog. You know what, bro? You're wrong on that one. You're wrong. He was there with DeMarcus Ware. Literally, with DeMarcus Ware saying, what's up, Cowboys? What's up? So, Big Spank Dog, he didn't want to play with the Commanders. Now, in retrospect, he hasn't done anything since he signed that last contract with Buffalo when he wanted to come here. But just be that as it may, to me, there's one thing I have learned, is everybody out there can teach you something. I don't care who it is. If your mind is open to it, opportunities are there, but you have to go ahead and at least listen to people. It doesn't mean that all of them are good ideas. Game time. Oh my goodness. See, look at that. Game time. You must have been listening. You must have been stealth watching. I said because, see, I got fooled and I became a fool. And you let me know I was a fool because I believed for a moment that Stephen Jones had changed. But here we are. Logan Motorsports in here. Twiz Dig in the house. What's up? Spilled milk. Honestly, give the Commanders a couple of years to get their O-line and defense right, and the huge problem in the NFC East. You know, Spilled Milk, shout out to you. I like that, Spilled Milk, but I'm kind of wondering, I got a real question for you, Spilled Milk. What's the difference between spilled milk and spilled lemonade or spilled tea? I'm asking for a friend. I mean, because we always hear, I don't know the meaning of that saying of, crying over spilled milk. I'm just saying, right now, I don't know that I'm worried about spilling some milk because it's so hot. I don't want to drink milk. But if I had my lemonade and I spilled that, I'm going to be really upset because it's hot as shit outside and I want some nice, cool, refreshing lemonade. Just asking. Call Game Time Brian. But Game Time was like, Stephen Jones is the problem. I was like, no, but wait. I said, but wait a minute, hold on. I'm like, Stephen Jones, he's making some moves, man. He paid Diggs and stuff. I mean, he brought in Gilmore. We got Cooks and stuff. And he's like, nah, man. Nah. He's like, look, Stephen Jones ain't shit. And I'm like, no, come on, man. I was like, no, Stephen Jones, he's getting this shit together. And he literally, Game Time, let me know I was a freaking idiot. Might have to change my name seasonally, huh? Yeah. Now, no, right. Again, now, if it's like wintertime and it's like, hot toddy or, hot chocolate, yeah, you're going to be upset because, you don't want to spill, But then again, it might also matter on what you spill it on. Are you spilling it on the carpet and you find out that's like, a priceless carpet piece on there, right? Oh, did your wife see it that you spilled milk? It's like, what, you freaking idiot? You can't even keep your glass up straight, and she's going to yell at you and stuff because you spilled the milk. And did you break the glass when you spilled the milk? That's the other thing. There's so many questions with the whole spill. And how did it get spilled? Listen, we need football. God, we're talking over spilled milk now. Next month is preseason, Mark. I can't wait. Well, Logan Motorsport, guess what? We will be at the Cowboys' very first preseason game. The very first preseason game after talking about practice.
We sitting here, I supposed to be a franchise player. We in here talking about practice. I mean, listen, we talking about practice.
I can't wait to talk about practice.
Not a game. Not a game.
But wait till we get to talk about a game.
Practice. Not a game.
I can't wait to talk about. I don't know about you. I can't wait to talk about practice. It'll be something real to actually talk about. I'm sick of hearing about that the Saudis might be the Cowboys might be selling to the Saudis, and I'm curious. Hypothetically, what if the Cowboys did sell to the Saudis? Would you be happy about that because it's no longer the Joneses, or would you be upset because it's no longer American owned? Okay. I'm trying to understand. So would we be the Saudis team? And when you look at it, you'd say they got a lot of money that, hey, they might pay the players and stuff. Walker Wade. If Green Bay collapse didn't change them, what will? Well, true. And so if we know this, then, Wade, if we know, as we sit here and we say, Mozzie Smith's coming back from a shoulder surgery after not having a good rookie year, and having weight issues. Do we know which Mozzie's going to be here? Is it going to be the 298-pound Mozzie? Is it going to be the 320 or the 335? Which Mozzie are we going to have? Because they got him penciled in to be the starter to clog up the middle on one of our biggest weaknesses on the team. So we're sitting here wondering, why aren't we doing something about that? Dwayne Sweeney, Mark, it's no hope for saving this team. How would they play the players any different with a cap? Little Dallas Cowboys. That's my question right there too. That's my question. But going back to, like, say, the Stephon Gilmore, okay, I think it's safe to assume that CeeDee Lamb will get his contract. Am I wrong on that one? I think that they'll get that one done. And if they do get it done, then they'll probably save about $9 million. So we'll actually have about $20 million of money that can be rolled over. It's America's team. I'm just asking. I'm just asking for a friend, because some people have just been like, we'll never win a Super Bowl as long as the Joneses own it, and it's just like they need to sell the team. Well, that would be selling the team. Finally, somebody says it. Says what, Big Spank Dog? Big Spank Dog, why aren't you hanging out like with Rio and stuff? I'm trying to. I don't understand the refugee football fans, the refugee ones. Because here it is. We're America's team. We're the Dallas Cowboys. Don't you have your own team, Big Spank Dog, where you can go over, hang out, and do your circle jerk with them? Y'all can all pat yourself on the back. We got Dan Quinn, and man, Dan Quinn he's gonna be great. He gonna know the Cowboys defense and stuff, right? I don't understand that. Why are you here? Seriously. Lady Libra, shout out to Lady Lita. It will not be America's team for me. So then here's the question. If the Cowboys were to sell to Saudi Arabia, hypothetically, okay, would that mean you would no longer support the Dallas Cowboys? And for Big Spank Dog,
my home team, my loyalty, I'm at Uptown Royalty. We fight for all DC, who are we? I speak facts, I'm not making riddles, the Hawks open.
Okay, Big Spank Dog. Yeah. Little Dallas Cowboys, get some preparation age, okay? That'll help you out with that problem, all right? Washington Camel Toes. How do you feel about Trayvon Diggs? I'm worried. I'll be honest with you, because, when we have players coming back from ACLs, recent history, nobody's come back from an ACL 100% ready to go. And so if we're sitting here saying that he's not going to be ready to go for camp, are we rushing him like we did Michael Gallup? Because I honestly believe the fact that, we started the season with guys like Dennis Houston and Jalen Tolbert as our receivers that we're starting, 100 billion sold, write it up. Well, I tell you what, if the Saudis offered $100 billion, I could say, it'd be hard to turn down $100 billion. Because, Jerry could turn around and say, okay, we'll just go buy another franchise. We'll just take $10 billion and we'll go buy somebody else and still be in football. You know what? Let's go to a cooler climate. Maybe we might want to go to, say, Seattle or maybe go up in New York. We'll just buy another franchise. We got $100 billion. That's a good investment right there. Or better yet, buy a team that's kind of downtrodden. That's cheap. that you can go ahead and say, we'll toss some money. Oh, I forgot. They won't toss any money into it to make it better, except for a stadium where they can milk the fans. Tony Douglas, how are you doing? We have to take major precautions on Overshown, Diggs, and John Stevens. And that's the thing, exactly. Because when we started the season out with Michael Gallup coming back, he wanted to play. When we were in Dallas the last day of OTAs when the Cowboys went bowling 2 years ago. We were down there rebuilding the house. Lola, what's up, Miss Hot Sauce? When we went down for Stuart Morrison's house to work on it, Uncle Phil got us tickets for the Tour of the Star. Ain't nobody there. Okay, the place is a ghost town. With the exception of Michael Gallup was there working out with the trainers in the locker room, so we couldn't do the tour through the locker room because he was in there working out. So he was doing everything he could to get back on the field, and I think he felt bad about not being out on the field. And when you're a football player, you literally feel like, I can go, coach. I can go. But him coming out when he did, he wasn't ready, and he just lost all confidence and has not seemed to have gotten it back. Can you imagine 2-a-days and 130-degree weather, Jim Laws? I'm melting, man. Well, I tell you what, that's the nice thing about Oxnard, because Oxnard, it's all listen. When you fly in, I'm gonna be flying into L.A. Okay, the concrete jungle there. It's gonna be hot in L.A. We're gonna go to the airport, get our car rental and everything else. It's going to be hot. But when you go up the coast, and it's a beautiful drive up Pacific Coast Highway to Oxnard, it's chilly. You better bring a hoodie. I'm telling you. It's only like 70, 75 max in Oxnard. Ginger Roger. Jerry says stay away from Seattle. Jerry, stay away from Seattle. I'm just saying, if the Saudis were to offer $100 million for the Cowboys, I would immediately say, I'm buying another team. No problem. I can do what I did before. Heck, it might make me young to have to start that. So shout out to Ginger Rogers, her very first, your 10th super chat on a live stream. Shout out to Ginger Rogers. We're going to do a drawing here before we get out of here tonight for another one of the custom-made shirts. Tracy, I'm trying to get her to design a new shirt for training camp, and I'm not sure what that's going to be, but hopefully it's going to be something really good. If you have some ideas on shirts and things that you would like us to do, let us know, because we would love to get those, to do some things, get your input on what you'd actually like. Bang Bang Kilduffy, it's going to be like hot like pork shoulders in the smoker. Okay, well, that's why I'm going to be happy about going to Oxnard and spending some time there, because at least it'll be cool. And for those of you who are, I'm complaining about 95, 99 degree weather here. I know it's nothing like what some of y'all have gone through, because when you start talking about, I think they said it was 128 in Palm Springs. I'm like, 128. You know how hot 128 is? You're not supposed to set your hot water heater over about 128. How about Daddy D's t-shirts? Daddy D's. Okay. Daddy D's. Let me write that down. Daddy's D's. Okay. I'm going to give that to Tracy and see if she let her marinate that. You had 119. I'm just like, how? 119? How? 100? That's hot. Renee? Do you actually go outside in 119 degrees? I mean, that's literally a sauna. I mean, I'm asking. I'm being honest here. What is that like to go out into? I know it's a dry heat, so it's not like the humidity, but it's still hot. I mean, it's like breathing fire, isn't it? Logan Motorsport, did I hear the Cowboys might go to the NFC South? Have not heard that one recently, but we've always heard that one. That was always that realignment would put the Cowboys there, which would actually make sense because you think about the Eagles, the Giants, Washington are all like clustered in the East Coast right there, and that Carolina is really close. Carolina is only 5 hours from D.C. and 10 hours from the Giants. Flying to Cleveland for the opener. Shout out to Thomas Garrett. Appreciate the super chat. I won't be at the opener. I will be at training camp, and that'll give me some time to recover by November to be able to afford the trip to go to Dallas for the Eagles game. It's been a heat index of 108. Damn. We've got 105 tomorrow when I go home. So it's going to be like 105, 110 heat indices. So it's still, that humidity and stuff is a killer. I do want to listen to this argument here for a second because Cam Newton kind of set off a firestorm. And I was curious what Shady had to say about this. And I know it's clickbaitish, but let's hear what they had to say on Speak about Dak Prescott over Jalen Hurts.
He just said he's second behind Patty Mahomes winning-wise, and the only...
Oh, here we go.
You're saying he would prefer Dak over Hurts. Anytime Dak and Hurts come up on this show, it's about to get spicy. Relax into your chairs, turn your volumes up, because this will get good. No better person to ask than the Eagles' all-time rushing leader. Watched all of Jalen Hurts' games. So, Shady, you weigh in first. Do you agree with Cam on Dak Prescott versus Jalen Hurts that Dak's a better quarterback?
How can I word this? Respectfully.
Respectfully.
People say that, you know it's going to be bad. Respectfully. I'm going to go with Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts is better.
And I know Dak Prescott had a all-pro year, right? MVP type of candidate year. I get that. But let's just break everything down for a second, right? So I look at a guy like Jalen Hurts who I don't really know his true ceiling. I've seen a little bit of it, right, in the Super Bowl. In his third year, I've seen him get better each year, over and over again. Second-round pick, they didn't know what we had in Philadelphia. He keeps winning and getting better and better and better. His best attribute is a winner. Mm-hmm. So I look at a guy like Dak Prescott. Would you say probably his best year was in his 8th year?
Yeah,
right?
Of course.
Okay, so his best year was in his 8th year, and they don't even get to a conference game.
Wow.
Matter of fact, they don't even win a playoff game. So as much as we don't talk about the attributes of the passing yards, you know, how they look, the feet work, this, that, and the third, X's and O's. Yeah, maybe some of that goes to Dak. I can't hate on that because Dak plays really well in the regular season.
So the X's and O's, I think for me, Dak is better.
Winning is a quarterback stat. And the best thing that Jalen Hurts does best, it might not be always throwing, it might be always running, is winning games. He's going to win games. So if you ask me who I'm taking the winner. Because one guy
winning is
at
a quarterback
his best
stat.
Can't win a playoff game in an MVP type of year, first team all pro type of year, right? That's his best. The other guy, he makes us all pro. We going to the Super Bowl and we battle against the Chiefs. And all the quarterbacks in the last 3 years, the most winning quarterback is probably Patrick Mahomes. But second best, you know what that is? Jalen Hurts. So if you guys want the flash and some stats, go to Dallas.
So you taking them
But
over?
if you want to go to the Super Bowl, have a chance to be a world champion, right?
So with your take, you're telling me that you're taking him over Josh Allen.
I'm taking the winner. Okay. We're not talking about...
You said
it's weird. I don't know how
No, because you say...
This guy is so crazy
because you're
he'll run down Josh Allen all the time to me. Soon the TV comes on, America's watching all that. Yeah, I like Josh number 2.
I'm trying to bottle this all up. You just said he's second behind Patty Mahomes winning-wise, and the only reason you're taking him is because he's a winner and been to the Super Bowl.
The only reason he's taking him over Dak.
Because he's a winner.
The only reason he's taking him over Dak.
It's a lot of quarterbacks that I would
so it changes.
I would take before Brock Purdy, right? Yep. But I need somebody to win. Make sure we win. Don't lose the games. Gotta throw Purdy.
Shady, I'm gonna take this baton from you because of what you just said. I think it's brilliant. I will take Jalen Hurts over Dak. The reason I'll take Jalen Hurts over Dak is simple. I don't think Jalen Hurts has ever been the reason his team has won a playoff game. Go back and look at it. He's never been the reason his team has won a playoff game. He had 188 yards in the win versus the Giants. The Giants had 7 points. They win without Jalen Hurts. The Niners, all their quarterbacks was hurt. It was Jalen Hurts versus Christian McCaffrey. He had 160 yards in that game. The Niners had 7 points. They win without Jalen Hurts. But the difference is, remove that full screen. Dak has been the reason this team has lost playoff games.
That's true.
And that's the difference between the two. Okay. Hurts may not have been the reason the Eagles won. I get that. That's fine. But they still won. But Dak has been the reason his team has lost, both against the Packers this last year, against the Niners the year before. You could argue against the Niners the year before if Dak has more competency about the play clock and he decides to slide 5 yards sooner, thus they spike and have a chance at the end zone. So you could argue for certain that Dak's the reason his team lost the last 2 playoff games, that if somebody wanted to say the last 3.
I'm going to debate that. I'm going to debate that because hold on. Let me stop for a second here. Let me just stop. I know I'm the Dak Prescott homer. Okay, I get that. So let me ask a hypothetical question. Okay, Dak had 2 turnovers against Green Bay, right? Defense still gave up 49 points total. We can take 7 off of there for the pick 6, right? So when Trevor Lawrence in his one playoff season throws 4 interceptions in the first quarter and they score 31 points and they win because his defense shut them down. Let me say this again. So when Trevor Lawrence throws 4 interceptions in the first quarter, they give up 27 points. They're down 27-0. They come back and they win 31-30 because their defense only gave up another field goal. Does that make Trevor Lawrence better than what happened with Dak Prescott against Green Bay? I'm asking for, a serious question. Because he was having a bad first quarter, awful first quarter. His defense shut him down, and they were able to get enough points to win. If their defense had given up one more score, they don't win. And you look at it and say, well, he lost the game. Trevor is garbage. Well, Trevor got $55 million, though. Spilled milk. And I was looking up the meaning because I actually didn't know the meaning of spilled milk. So spilled milk is basically don't cry over something that you have no control over. So we shouldn't be crying over the Dallas Cowboys because we got no control over it. They're going to do whatever they're going to do. We can get mad and all that. But seriously, thank you, Gina. Gina Dallas Diva. What's up, Gina? But see, that's the thing. We act when you have somebody that says winning is a quarterback stat. So does that mean that Matthew Stafford sucked because they didn't win when he was in Detroit? And then he goes to the Rams and all of a sudden, honestly, according to Shady McCoy, then Matthew Stafford sucked. Right? Because he wasn't winning. So how do you explain that one? Big Spank Dog, shut up.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Big Spank Dog. Nobody cares what you think. Nobody cares. You're a Commander fan. You're ass. So how do you look at and say Matthew Stafford with the Lions sucks? Or no, is a great quarterback. And we look and say, well, Dak sucks. Because you're literally saying winning is a quarterback stat. So I'm asking for a friend. Somebody explain it to me. Lola, I have said drop me at the nearest casino in Fremont, and I'll find you later, AC. Mike Tack led a turnover on downs, and I got him at 17 free ones. Be nice to Mark before Mark mods silence you. No, he's been. You know what, Logan? See, that's one of those myths. That's what, you know what? Yes, I'll be 100% real with you. When somebody comes in here and they just start attacking people for no good reason, or they start using racial slurs and stuff like that, block their ass. Block them. But we get all kinds of people in here talking smack. I mean, look, Big Spank Dog does this every single week. Every single week. And I can probably say that the person who gets blocked the most and cries the most about it has probably got 100 different profiles. Because the guy's nuts. Okay? So it's not, that's a misnomer. Don't start spreading bullshit, okay? Dak is great against bad teams, but struggles against good teams and elite teams. I can say that about any quarterback. You know, there's very few quarterbacks out there that actually have a winning record against winning teams. You know why? Because winning teams win. Winning teams win. Dak was 4-4 against 500 teams last year. Oops. But see, this is the problem of you give too much credit to a quarterback win and too much blame when they lose. So when he puts up a stat like Jalen Hurts, when they won against the Giants only scored 7 points, and he only throws for 180. So you're saying that was a great game? They won. They won, so that's a great game? Trevor Lawrence throws 4 interceptions, and they win 31-30. Was that a great game? Seriously. I never read your you know what? Bang Bang Philadelphia, bro. You're like the boy that cried wolf. You do a million damn emojis and all that stuff. So of course we ignore you. And then you actually have something nice to say. Oh, here we go. Mark Holmes instantly turns into an 8-year-old when his nonsense is confronted. Child. Hey, Mike Tyke. Do I know you? Do I know you? Are you new here? Are you new here? You know the funny thing about assholes? For whatever reason, people come in and they want to be an asshole for no good reason. And then they wonder why they get timed out or blocked. Was that really necessary, bro? Yeah, bro. See, this is what's funny to me is because an asshole like that'll come in and just try and stir shit up, and just like a little punk ass bitch that won't have a profile picture or anything like that, then they'll go whine and cry to somebody else. Mark Holmes blocks people. He's so mean. You know what? Maybe if you weren't a dick, you wouldn't have that problem. Bang Bang Philadelphia sounds like you want Dak gone from Dallas. I think actually Commander fans, Giant fans, and Eagle fans would definitely want him gone because it keeps lighting their ass up. Coyote, see, there you go. Thank you, Coyote, because we got jackasses in here getting me off script. But, you know, you sit here and you look at the Eagles and you say, look at that offensive line with the tush push and everything else. Look at A.J. Brown. Look at Devontae Smith. I mean, I'm not mad at you. I'm like praising you because you do have a lot of talent. That's not nice, Mark? That's not, wait. You mean literally? The way I get treated in here, I get literally spit on, cussed out, challenged, everything else, and you're going to say that I'm not being nice? Seriously, Big Spank Dog? Okay. Cowboys are going to smoke teams this year and put Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones over the barrel. Kyle, did you see us play last year? I'm surprised we won 11. You know what, Twiz? I'll be honest with you too, bro. because there were some of those games like against the Commanders where you went into overtime and ended up winning, and it went down to the last series in the other one. It was not a good season for the Eagles. Not that I'm saying it was a great one for us. I mean, we did get 12 wins, but and failed in the playoffs. But yeah, there was nothing to pound your chest about, and that's why I'm kind of like with Eagle fans. It's like, bro, y'all coming off a season just as bad as ours. I don't see how you have the arrogance that you think you're going to be able to turn it around. In today's NFL, that things changed literally in one season. Look at where the Giants went from 2 years ago to last year. Playoff team, playoff win to ass. Coaching matters. That's true. I called him out by his name. Well, if he's going to sit here and say I'm turning into a little 8-year-old bitch, of course I'm going to call his ass out. That's a problem for you, Big Spank Dog? I thought you were a big spank dog, a tough guy. Are you a little punk-ass biatch? I don't know. You tell me. Last year, Eagles' defense was trash. And what makes you think they're going to be good this year? Michael Nelson, new to your channel, but you are one of the GOATs. Shout out to you, Michael. Actually, speaking of being one of the GOATs, we have to do this before we get out of here, is we're going to do a drawing. Shout out to everybody doing the super chats and so on. And I actually have to give another thank you because we have Ronnie Johnson, Joseph Woods Jr., Larry Joseph, Randy Macy, Shane Olderholt, Rex Undercut. I have to thank all of you guys because all of you are helping us with the Red Brick campaign where we are working on getting this house put on the National Register. And so we're raising funds and doing a brick walkway that are customized bricks that will be here with the Red Brick house. Bobby Beninsky is our winner. Bobby. Email me, cowboysmark94@gmail, so I can introduce you to Miss Tracy so she can figure out your size and the shirt that you want to get from our website, cowboyjoeboo.com. Kid Cowboys, fake names? Okay. You mean your actual name is Kid Cowboy? What's up, kid? Okay. Fake names. That is, bro. You haven't seen Bobby Beninsky? Okay. Bobby Beninsky has been here. Every one of these names have been super chats or channel members. See, and people want to know why I call people out. Boy. All right, Bobby Beninsky, you are our winner, chicken dinner. And Holly Pierce, who's already been talking with Miss Tracy, and her shirt is in the works and will be sent out soon. So shout out to you guys with the super chats. Jalen takes over games. Twizdig has been doing that since he's been in the league. He put up the best stat rookie all time. A little cowboy, how this put the blame on the damn Joneses. That's where the blame needs to go, people. Okay? I'm sorry. We're sitting here debating on why aren't the Cowboys signing their players, creating some cap space, and saving some money? And they're not doing anything. Nothing. Zero. Zilch. Zingo. And we want to just all point at the quarterback when we don't even have a linebacker left on the roster. Alan Williams regressed. Now that's funny. Players have to freaking step up. Yeah, but here's the thing, bro. There's still a difference in talent, man. Because I could be on the Dallas Cowboys. You're going to tell me, hey, Mark, you got to step up and become a champion. Bro, I ain't got the tools. I'm too old. I'm too slow. I don't know the plays. I was referring to the team and the coach as Little Cowboy. Little Cowboy is a hater. Everybody jealous they can't run the... You know what, Twiz? you might not be able to run the brotherly shove this year without Kelsey. And it may be that's how Jalen Hurts got hurt last year. But anyway, I appreciate you guys. We've got 59 days left till the beginning of the NFL season, and we have 2 weeks until the Cowboys start reporting to training camp. And I can't wait. I can't wait till the 4th of August gets here so I can get out there to Oxnard. As always, I appreciate you. Bobby Beninsky, make sure you email me, cowboysmark94@gmail.com, so we can get your prize out.